I'm currently learning how to come back home to myself and how to live with myself and how to really lead a life from this throne. I'm seated in consciousness right now, and I'm learning to accept what I have around me as a manifestation of who I used to be. And that person also had the right to exist and to do mistakes and to fail and to do the things that this person did. Because he didn't know best. He was on the journey even then. There was not another journey. The journey is one. Can't love this or what's coming if you don't learn how to love what made you arrive here. By forgiving yourself, I giving you grace. Present, sharp. But then you also have to be smooth, because if you are too tight, you run out of breath, you don't focus. When you're smooth, you're focused, you're present, you're sharp. Don't go for the labels, man. Let the world give you labels. You have to ride the dragon. Your fears, your anxieties, your negative energies, what we consider negative, they are like beasts wanting to be let out. Imagine repressing beasts inside the room. They're gonna smash off the walls, So you gotta ride them. Everything is about manipulating energy. We come here to manipulate energy. We don't come here to be able to figure out what we are. We are here to let what we are express through us without us having to necessarily know or ever take credit for whatever wants to come through you. When you're starving for ideas or meaning, as soon as an idea or what you might currently feel as a sudden rise in motivation arrives, and we've been dry of that for quite a season, it's very easy to want to hold on to that for dear life. Because we're currently running a belief that probably tells us that there won't be any more of that. There won't be an abundance of openings like that towards more vitality, towards more life. And so you cling to it. And your mind wants to understand what that is and label it, so that it's safe for the mind to deal with it. Because it has the perception that it knows what it's dealing with. The problem is that when you receive an intuition, an idea, whatever you want to call it, you have to not rush into understanding what there is and give yourself a label based on what you think there is, so that people can validate you, so that you can be recognized about it, because your ego straight away sees the opportunity of reinforcement and will grab that motivation, that idea, to just hold on for dear life to it. So for instance, if you suddenly get the inspiration of starting doing some videos, don't start setting your bio first as professional content creator that does this and that and helps this and that. Don't think your way through it. Let the intuition be an energy for the moment. A subtle energy that is guiding you towards doing things. Towards making videos, towards writing, towards cooking. It could be completely unrelated. I'm really talking about following these pulses that you receive. Like how a jellyfish swim, like poof, poof, poof. Sometimes we receive this poof, but we don't let the poof go for too long, because at the beginning the ego sees the opportunity and sees it. And now you're stuck in a loop, because as soon as the high wear off, this identity that you just built also falls. And it doesn't live up to the artificial promises that it made you. You know, yeah, this is the thing. This is what's gonna get us loved. This is what's gonna get us worthy of life. This is what's gonna get us validated, you know, seen. Because you're failing to do that for yourself. And now you're stuck in a loop. You know, you are in this big tension inside of you because you want to escape the present moment because you feel like it's lacking of meaning. And it's in those moments where you have to let the world give you that label. Let the world recognize you for how they felt you, for how they perceived you. Because you are intrinsically recognizing yourself without the need of making a mental contract about it as soon as you follow your intuitions and your feelings. The thing is that that's also a skill to practice, because you gotta trust this thing and you gotta understand how to ride the dragon. Because if you don't learn how to ride the dragon, that's gonna throw you off the dragon's back and you're gonna crash. Maybe it's even gonna burn you. You're gonna die. But also you can't control the dragon. The dragon doesn't give a fuck about what you want. You can ride it. And that's exactly what you should be doing with all your emotions, energy in motions. Instead of trying to label them so that you have some title, something to show the world when people tell you, what do you do in life? You have an answer. Don't care about that. Don't give a fuck about that. You have to ride the dragon. Your fears, your anxieties, your negative energies, what we consider negative, they are like beasts wanting to be let out. Imagine repressing beasts inside the room. They're gonna smash off the walls, you know? So you gotta ride them. So where is fear leading you? You know, it's like a crazy dog on a leash. If you let it go, you're fucked. But if you are like present behind the dog and you let the dog go towards the prey, you're gonna get to the prey as well, just by riding its energy, by inertia. And all you do is the presence. It's the dancing with what's required of you. So don't rush too early on labels. Trust me, I do this all the time. I've been in a loop for a couple of years now where every time I get this motivation, I want to get it. So I'm like, okay, I'm a copywriter. Okay, I'm a this, I'm that. And I box myself straight away. And straight away you're trying to control how that bursts of energy is going to develop, because you take it and you're like, okay, I want it to be this, when in reality this energy don't give a fuck about what you want. It just wants to be expressed. Like everything in nature is just a free channel of this energy. The tree is treeing without asking itself or even being aware that it's treeing, with all the functions, you know, the photosynthesis, the communication with mushrooms. Is just a thing that happens. They don't go like, oh, am I talking right to the mushroom? Is he gonna be upset with me? Am I doing photosynthesis right? No, it just happens. And that's the same that needs to happen with you. You feel the burst of energy and you let it unfold without wanting to box it. This is how it needs to look like. And let it do what it's supposed to do. You're the channel. Gotta be there, you know, like with the dragon, present, you know, sharp, but then you also have to be smooth, because if you are too tight, you know, you run out of breath, you don't focus. You know, when you're smooth, you're focused, you're present, you're sharp. Don't go for the labels, man. Let the world give you labels. Let the world give you the labels. We don't give a fuck about the labels. Don't care about the labels. It's not about what you become. It's about the things that you go through to become that. It's not about becoming something. It's about what that represents for you. You don't desire material stuff. You desire what that stuff brings you, the energetic shift that brings to you. You don't want the money, you want the safety. You don't want the whatever you want, the luxury car. You don't even want to be a farmer and save Earth. You just want to feel connected. You just want to feel like you're in a nourishing relationship. Everything is about manipulating energy. We come here to manipulate energy. We don't come here to be able to figure out what we are. We are here to let what we are express through us without us having to necessarily know or ever take credit for whatever wants to come through you. You have to be ready for that if you really want to live a truly present life. You have to be willing to let the things that wants to be created through you, let them be without you having even to take credit possibly. But just for the sake of you being able to be that clear vessel that resembles nature. That's a pretty good label. If you want to go for a label, go for this one, you know? Anyway, guys, I'm really enjoying making these videos. If you're still watching this, you're crazy. Nah, you're a real one, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for listening to me. I hope my words kind of bring some clarity. I don't have the answers, but I have experiences. And I know how to tell these experiences in a very entertaining way, I think. That's why you should tap in before you lose me to the ocean of the algorithm. I really like to tell stories about us, that talk about us, that you can see yourself in these stories. And I don't necessarily want to give you answers and tell you what to do, because that's not my say. That's not my say. You have that say. Real guidance is received without being preached, through art, through subtleties that awaken something way deeper than just me telling you what I think you should be doing. Because I would be analyzing a projection that I'm making of you. So I can only trigger questions probably inside of you, or trigger resonance through my own personal experience. You know, I'm currently learning how to come back home to myself, and how to live with myself, and how to really lead a life from this throne. I'm seated in consciousness right now, and I'm learning to accept what I have around me as a manifestation of who I used to be. And that person also had the right to exist, and to do mistakes, and to fail, and to do the things that this person did. Because he didn't know best. He was on the journey even then. There was not another journey. The journey is one. Can't love this or what's coming if you don't learn how to love what made you arrive here. By forgiving yourself, I giving you grace, I giving you that space of breathing. We have to breathe more, take more space. Claim more life. If you want more energy, you have to claim it. Otherwise, it's not gonna arrive to you, because it's going to kill you. That's why you start smoking the weed. That's why you start wanting to escape that energy. You need to claim it for higher purposes. I smoke weed sometimes. Sometimes I do these bad habits. It's okay. They're also part of the journey. So don't go to labels too soon. Don't judge yourself. I love you. Thank you for watching. Tap in. I'm Joe Universe. Peace.